Hello again, everyone. I have another story here from a GoFundMe contribution. And remember, if you make a contribution of any amount to the GoFundMe link in the description box, I will immediately make a video for you. And this isn't this person's personal story, this is a news story. And these are good as well. If there's a news story that you see that you'd like me to comment on, please send it to me, either through Facebook or through YouTube. And again, if it's a story you really want me to read, and the same applies with GoFundMe, if you make a contribution, there's a news story you want me to read, same deal. And this one's really annoying and disgusting and quite common. And it's something we've all heard quite a bit on this channel and dealing with narcissistic sexual abuse. He is totally innocent. Woman stands by partner who abused her daughters. Mother is standing by her husband after he abused her own daughters for 10 years. Frances Patterson, 50, has called her husband, John Joe Patterson, totally innocent, even after he was found guilty of sexually assaulting his stepdaughters, Frances's daughters from a previous marriage, Emma and Vanessa Withrow, between 1996 and 2006. Frances told the Irish Mail on Sunday, "I gave birth to Satan's girls. They are not the girls that I brought up. Definitely not. There's no way that anyone who has any bit in me in them would behave like that. There's no way that anyone who has any bit of me in them would behave like this. The only reason I'm here is because I know he has done nothing wrong. I am not in denial. I know the man has done nothing wrong. He is not capable of doing anything." Really? How do you know that, bitch? How do you know that? Oh, by the way, the picture in the thumbnail is them. And you notice she looks like every other woman who was defending, the cat lady on on Facebook. They all look alike. Patterson, 55, was arrested last year from his home in Thurles, Ireland, after Emma, 28, and Vanessa, 24, reported him to the Gardaí. The court heard horrific details of the abuse of the girls suffered over a 10-year period. At the end of the trial, Patterson was found guilty of 39 counts of sexual abuse against Emma. Yesterday, he was sentenced to 6.5 years in prison. Clearly not enough. Clearly. Emma and Vanessa waived their right to anonymity following the trial. However, their mother still does not believe them. Frances said her daughter's father, Paul Withrow, who died from a heart attack last year, turned the girls against their mother and her new husband. She also showed the Irish Mail on Sunday reporter Alison O'Reilly a photo of the two girls and said, "Do they look like girls who were abused? It's all lies. I haven't a clue why. It all started with their dad. That's about the size of it," she added. Well, what the fuck does a sexual abuse victim look like? What does a victim of any sort of abuse look like? You see, the narcissist thinks if they leave no marks, then they can get away with anything. How many times have we heard, "Nobody will believe you. Nobody will believe you. I'll call you a liar"? What kind of mother does this? What kind of mother does this and then shows a picture? Do they look like they're abused? Well, Jesus Christ, what do abuse victims fucking look like, you fat cow? You fat, ugly bitch with a fucking man's haircut. What do they look like? And of course, it's the ex-husband's fault. He turned them against them when they actually came out with this as adults. So, he's taking over their lives as adults and coming up with these accusations and convincing a court of law that they're true. The only reason I'm here is because I know he has done nothing wrong. How do you know? You want to believe it. You want to believe it because you put the needs of your raping, child molesting new husband over the needs of your own children, which is far too common, which is far, far too common with these women. Absolutely horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. And here's the thing. If the father is the one who turned them against them, okay, so this happened in earlier in life, then why would earlier in the article say, I gave birth to Satan's girls? So they were Satan's girls when you gave birth to them? They are not the girls I brought up, definitely not. Or so now, so they were changed. So in the same statement, she gave birth to Satan's girls, but they weren't Satan's girls when she gave birth to them. They became Satan's girls later. It's a ridiculous comment. It's a ridiculous statement. It'll go to show you. The narcissist and the narcissist enabler will do and say anything. Will do and say anything, will create any lie, and when they're caught, they'll throw any statement out there and hope it fucking sticks to the wall. This woman is absolutely horrendous. Horrendous. What would be the point? Their natural father died last year. They're adults, so why do this now? What's the why? What's the motivation out of it at this point? They're grown adults. They don't live there anymore. So why do this now? Why say he sexually assaulted her now? What would be if the husband put all this in their heads? What's the motivation for the deceased husband to have done that when they are full grown adults? Why? Unless it happened for real. Her whole story makes absolutely zero sense. And then to wrap it all up with, they don't look like abuse victims. If a man had said that, and luckily, this is an exposing article. This article is meant to, it's in the Metro, which is a UK, I guess a UK paper and website, is meant to embarrass this horrendous thing that was able to give birth, this horrendous fat ugly bitch. But if a man had said that about a woman on a rape, she don't look like she was raped, there would be worldwide coverage on that. Worldwide coverage. It wouldn't be just in the Metro on the website. And I'm glad the Metro is exposing this pig, but this needs to be blown up even further because this happens far too often. Where narcissists or enablers will throw their own children, let their own children get abused and sexually assaulted just to satisfy the new spouse. And then they'll stand there and make ridiculous statements like this. Ridiculous statements like this on the internet to a media organization that does go worldwide, but this isn't getting the attention it deserves. It doesn't. This is the same type of woman that would favor 35 cats and 42 pets in a house over her own children. This is the mentality. This is who does this kind of stuff. And it is not given enough exposure. And these women are allowed to get away with it. Personally, I think this woman should be charged as well because there's no way she didn't know what was going on. No way. She's complicit. She's an accessory to the crime, no doubt. And the fact that she's still trying to victimize her daughters by calling her liars and say this guy was convicted unjustly is horrendous. And I'll say another thing. The fact that he only got 6.5 years in prison for 39 counts of sexual abuse. We need to wake up. We need to wake up as a society. All of us. Because this is absolutely disgusting. This woman is disgusting. This story is disgusting. Not the Metro, I'd give them credit. This guy Oliver Wheaton who wrote it, I give him credit for exposing this fat bitch and the disgusting animal. What does an abuse victim look like? I don't know. Anybody who's been watching my channel's been watching one, so you tell me what my characteristics are, or the thousands of you who sent me stories similar to this who've been abused sexually, physically, emotionally. What does an abuse victim look like? I don't know. Apparently, you must need to be physically deformed for life and have it under, and have it on a video recorded, with a signed affidavit by the perpetrator with 3 witnesses that saw him do it at the same time. Maybe then these enablers will admit to what happened. But even then, don't hold your breath, because narcissists never change. And these people are absolutely disgusting. And they need to be called out. They need to be exposed. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for sending me this. I really appreciate it. And I would like to see more of these news type stories dealing with narcissism and abuse and things like that, so we can give them even more exposure, discuss them, and let other people know they're not alone. Because the more people that see this type of stuff, the more people that are going to step forward. So I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Let me know what you think. And if you enjoy this channel, please consider making a contribution to the GoFundMe link in the description box so I can continue to expand this channel. And remember, a contribution is not necessary for me to read your story and make it into a video. But if you do make a contribution of any size, you go right to the top of the list, because I do have many of these to go through. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again shortly. Bye.